Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum to all. Welcome to Virtual Learning System of Pakistan International School Time. Dear students, today we are going to start the last lesson of this term. Here I would like to appreciate the children who have been studying here very hard since the first lecture. So let the children start today's lesson with full attention. So today our chapter is chapter 28, the sea. So you all open your books and come on page number 108. First of all, we read this chapter, chapter 28, the sea. What do we know about the sea? Many of us have seen it. Some of us have swum or breathed in it. We know that it looks very pretty when the sun is shining on it. We also know that it can be very rough when there is a strong wind. What other things do we know about it? The first thing to remember is that the sea is very big. Look at the map of the world at the top of this page. There is more sea than land. The sea covers three-quarters of the world. The sea is also very deep in some places. It is not deep everywhere. Some parts of the sea are very shallow, but in some places the depth of the sea is very great. There is one spot near Japan where the sea is nearly 11 kilometers deep. The highest mountain in the world is about 9 kilometers high. You know that which one is the highest mountain in the world? Mount Everest. If that mountain were put into the sea at that place, there would be 2 kilometers of water above it. What a deep place. If you have swum in the sea, you know that it is salty. You can taste the salt. Rivers which flow into the sea carry salt from the land into the sea. Some parts of the sea are more salty than other parts. There is one sea called the Dead Sea, which is very salty. It is so salty that swimmers cannot sink, fish cannot live in the Dead Sea. What a strange sea. In most part of the sea where there are plenty of fishes and plants, some live near the top of the sea, others live deep down. There are also millions of tiny living things that float in the sea. These floating things are so small that it is hard to see them. Many fish live by eating these. The sea can be very cold. Divers who dive deep down in the sea know this. On the top, that water may be warm. When the diver goes downwards, the sea becomes colder and colder. Another thing happens when the diver goes deeper, the water above presses down on him. It squeezes him. Then the diver has to wear clothes made of metal, but he cannot go very deep. Some people who wanted to go very deep used a very strong diving ship. You can see in the picture, they went down to the deepest part of the sea in this. They went down to a depth of 11 kilometers. See in this picture, if they want to go very deep down, so they use diving ship. So this is the picture of diving ship. Okay, dear students, you must be read this chapter 2 to 3 times. So let's start exercises. Our first exercise is put a tick by the sentences that are true, or put a cross by the sentences that are untrue. The first sentence is the sea is always rough. Untrue. The sea is always rough. Untrue. Number two, there is less land than there is sea in the world. We know that three-quarters of the world is covered with the sea. So that one is true. Number three, all parts of the sea are very deep. Untrue. Number four, the deepest part of the sea has a depth of 9 kilometers. Untrue. Because the deepest part of the sea has a depth of 11 kilometers. Number five, some parts of the sea are not salty. Untrue. Number six, there are a lot of plants in the sea. Yes, true. The bottom of the sea is colder than the top. Yes, true. And number eight is it is not easy to go down deep into the sea. Yes, true. So they use a diving ship to go down. Again, we repeat the sea is always rough. Untrue. There is less land than there is a sea in the world. Yes, true. All parts of the sea are very deep. Untrue. Number four, the deepest part of the sea has a depth of 9 kilometers. Untrue. Number five, some parts of the sea are not salty. Untrue. Number six, there are a lot of plants in the sea. Yes, true. Number seven, the bottom of the sea is colder than the top. Yes, true. And number eight, it is not easy to go down deep into the sea. Yes, true. So this is your exercise number one. You complete on your book. So let's start exercise number two. Exercise number two is answer the questions. First one is what makes the sea rough? What makes the sea rough? Answer is the strong wind makes the sea rough. What makes the sea rough? The strong wind makes the sea rough. Number two, how much of the world is sea? Three-quarters of the world is sea. How much of the world is sea? Three-quarters of the world is sea. Next is where is deepest part in the sea? The deepest part of the sea is near Japan. Where is the deepest part in the sea? The deepest part of the sea is near Japan. Question number four, where does the salt in the sea come from? Rivers carry salt into the sea from the land. Question number four is where does the salt in the sea come from? Rivers carry salt into the sea from the land. Question number five, why can fish not live in the Dead Sea? Because it is too salty. Why can fish not live in the sea? Because it is too salty. Next is, do the fish and plants live in the shallow or deep part of the sea? Fish and plants live in shallow and deep parts of the sea. Next question is, which part of the sea is always cold? The deep part of the sea is always cold. Which part of the sea is always cold? The deep part of the sea is always cold. Next question is what happens when a diver goes deep down into the sea? Answer is the water becomes colder and the water above presses down on him. What happens when a diver goes deep down into the sea? The water becomes colder and the water above presses down on him. Last question is what was the ship in the picture used for? You see the picture on page 109. This is a picture of diving ship. So what was the ship in the picture used for? Answer is it was used to go down to the deepest part of the sea. So we use diving ship to go down to the deepest part of the ship. So this is your exercise number 2. So let's start exercise number 5. Exercise 5 is read the examples, then makes the sentences in the same way. We have a sentence, they watched the ship full stop, it was sinking. So how we change? We write like this, they watched the sinking ship. No need to write it was again. They watched the they watched the sinking ship. Number 2, she knocked over the pan of water, full stop, it was boiling. So how you change? You write she knocked over the pan of boiling water. She knocked over the pan of boiling water. Next is we listened to the children, full stop, they were laughing. We listened to the children, they were laughing. So change like this, we listened to the laughing children. We listened to the laughing children. Next one is he ran after the car, full stop, it was moving. So you change like this, he ran after the moving car. He ran after the moving car. So it's very easy exercise. Next is he rubbed his back, it was aching. So you change like this, he rubbed his aching back. He rubbed his aching back. Next is the police looked for the jewels, they were stolen. The police looked for the stolen jewels. The police looked for the stolen jewels. He rubbed his aching back and the police looked for the stolen jewels. Next is she mended her dress. It was torn. She mended her torn dress. Next is they looked everywhere for the dog. Full stop. It was lost. So you change like this. They looked everywhere for the lost dog. They looked everywhere for the lost dog. They could not eat the food, full stop, it was burnt. So you change like this, they could not eat the burnt food. They could not eat the burnt food. They looked everywhere for the lost dog and they could not eat the burnt food. She gave the exercise book to the teacher, it was finished. She gave the finished exercise book to the teacher. She gave the finished exercise book to the teacher. Next is she drank the tea from a glass, it was cracked. She drank tea from a cracked glass. She drank tea from a cracked glass. Exercise number 7. Put them in right order. So you have a sentences, you can just write down in a right order. First one is soon they were all swimming. Next is cannot you see the red flag? He shouted. The children went by bus to a beach. The children came out of the water and went home. A man shouted to them. So these sentences they take from your book. If you read this chapter 2 to 3 times, so you know that how you arrange this one in right order. So first one you write first one, the children came out of the water and the children went by bus to a beach. This is the first sentence. The children went by a bus to a beach. Then next is soon they were all swimming. Again next number third is a man shouted to them. Then number fourth is cannot you see the red flag? He shouted. And next one is the children came out of the water and went home. So this is the wrong order and then you arrange in a right order. So this is your exercise number 7. Okay, dear students, now you all take out your workbook Sorry, but here first of all you see on page number 118 you have forms of verbs. See here in simple present we use the first form of verb, then in past we can use a second form of verb, and in present perfect we can use third form of the verb. So here you have first form is bring, second form is brought, and third form is also brought. Next is break, broke, broken. Come, came, come. Creep, crept, crept. Choose, choose, chosen. Do, did, done. Drink, drank, drunk. Fall, fell, fallen. Fly, flew, flown. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. Hide, hid, hidden. Know, knew, known. Leave, left, left. Lose, lost, lost. See here, some verbs have the second and third form same. So these are the three forms of verb. That one is the first form, that one is second form, and that one is the third form of the verb. Next is pay, paid, paid. See, saw, seen. Sing, sang, sunk. Sink, sank, sunk. Sleep, slept, slept. Smell, smelt, smelt. Speak, spoke, spoken. Spent, spent, spent. Steal, stole, stolen. Weep, wept, wept. Sorry, sweep, swept, swept. Swim, swam, swum. Swim, swam, swum. Take, took, taken. Teach, taught, taught. Tell, told, told. Throw, threw, thrown. Wear, wore, worn. So these are the three forms of verb. First form, second form, and third form. So now take out your workbook and come on page number 58. On page number 58, make as many good sentences as you can. You have the four columns. In the first column, you have the words, subjects, they, the people, the passengers, and the children. After you have the verbs saw, watched, hear, felt. Then you take the word from there, the boat, the car, the bus, and the aeroplane. Then you take word move, stop, hit a rock, go down. So simple you can write like this. They saw the boat hit a rock. Hit a rock. So you can write the sentences like this. You make a suitable sentences. So this is your homework. You can do it by yourself. It's very easy. And here all the combinations are possible. Okay, so you can easily do it. So next is everybody came to the see the house it was burning. This one is also same like your exercise 5. Make one sentences from each pair of sentence. You have the word everybody came to see the house full stop it was burning. You change like this everybody came to see the burning house. No need to write it was again. Next sentence is the mother picked up the baby, full stop, it was crying. So here you simply change the mother picked up the crying baby. The mother picked up the crying baby. Next is no one saw the window, full stop, it was broken. So you write like this no one saw the broken window. Fourth is the boy was wearing a shirt, full stop, it was torn. So you change like this the boy was wearing a torn shirt. Next is he could not open the door, full stop, it was locked. He could not open the locked door. It's very easy exercise. Next sentence is he fell over the while getting off a bus, full stop, it was moving. He fell off while getting off a moving bus. Next is she put her finger in the water, full stop, it was boiling. So you change like this. She put her finger in the boiling water. Then next is number 8. He hid the money, it had been stolen. He hid the money, it had been stolen. So change like this. He hid the stolen money. It's very easy. Next is number 9. They could hear the sound of water, full stop, it was running. So you change like this. They could hear the sound of running water. Number 10, they had a test, full stop, it was written. They had a written test. Then number 11, he stepped in front of a bus, it was moving. He stepped in front of a moving bus. Number 12 is his arm was very painful, it was broken. We change like this. His broken arm was very painful. So this is your exercise number 1 on page number 59. So students, you must be complete page 58 and 59. And your homework is you read chapter at least 2 times. Complete all exercises in notebook. Then you complete page 58 and 59 on your workbook. Okay, dear students, I hope you understand today's lecture. You must be do all the homework. Okay, okay, best of luck.